This episode will be starting a series on nonviolent action. We've taken a look at the moral foundation for nonviolence. Now we want to take a look at its application. To start off the series, I think it's important to understand a foundational concept in nonviolence, and that is the role of fear in violence. We're called the fourth way because we think there are four main responses to threats. You can fight, you can flee, you can freeze, or you can self-sacrifice. What most people fail to understand is that generally the first three responses tend to be fear responses. While there can be appropriate times to fight, flee, or freeze, in general, those are responses dictated by fear. For a simple example, let's just take somebody who's willing to fight. He might be induced to fight as a result of some sort of bravery and courage, but it's also very likely that he's induced to fight because of his fear of losing something. I saw this in my own circles post 9/11, and even in myself as I considered joining the military at one point. And what a lot of the response was, in retrospect, was people being scared at a loss of a way of life or at future attacks. To fight, for me, would have been to attack the enemy before he could have attacked me. Raz Patton says, to make the other poor dumb bastard die for his country, so I don't have to die for mine. Nonviolence, on the other hand, has thrown fear to the side so much that it's unwilling to sacrifice anybody else for its goals. It's a willful relinquishing of one's own life so that they can pursue the ends of peace for all. Fear promotes violence, which promotes self-preservation. Nonviolence promotes shalom and justice. Fear causes us to compromise love. Nonviolence causes us to elevate it. What you'll find in the Bible is that light shines into the darkness and illuminates it. So even if one embraces a seemingly defeatist stance of nonviolence in the immediate term, we believe that the seeds of peace are in that act. Because as Tertullian said, the blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church. Self-sacrifice and cross was the early church's growth strategy. Go figure, since that was our master's growth strategy, and a servant is not greater than his master. We also see this all over the book of Revelation, where blood is constantly depicted, but it's the blood of Jesus, the slain lamb, and the blood of the martyrs, and how the violent fill up the cup of judgment with the blood of the martyrs. Light shines into the darkness through nonviolence. It's part of the reason the civil rights movement was so effective, especially when children started to get beaten by cops. You could see the darkness and see where the evil lay. Fearfully taking up weapons obscures the light. Self-sacrificially taking up